What it is, man? Hey, I know y'all ain't used to me coming like this on this channel, but I gotta address this, bro. Why the hell so many folks talking shit about Black Ops 6, bro? What's up with that? Like, what's going on? Like, a lot of people got their disappointments about Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and I don't know why. I feel like it's only the fuck niggas talking, but I could be wrong. 'Cause you know, it's so easy to say, if you don't like the game, you don't like what it's doing, stop playing the bitch then. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, last time I was on Call of Duty, which was 5 minutes ago, niggas was laughing, having a good ass time. So let's see what he talking about.
The year is 2010. You walk into GameStop ready to buy the new hit video game Call of Duty Black Ops. The room is bustling with people who are all trying to get the brand new game. You point at the case for the game for Call of Duty Black Ops for the Xbox 360. The cashier behind the counter looks to you and says, "You'll need someone 17 or older to purchase this." So you either look up to your mom, your dad, your older brother, or maybe your cousin, and they open up their wallet and the cashier hands you the game and says, "Enjoy." The year is 2024. You walk into GameStop, grab a copy of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. With a hint of nostalgia, you bring the game up to the counter. This time, you're a little bit taller than you were before. You hand the game over to the cashier, and he looks at you and says, "Cash or card, sir?" We have officially made it to Call of Duty 22, or Call of Duty Black Ops 6. In some ways, it feels kind of wild to say that out loud. It's an extremely impressive and yet somewhat sobering realization. There's not a ton of franchises out there that manage to be a hit for 6 straight releases, and even if they do, they're usually not subgenres like in the case of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. That'd be like if Halo Wars got 6 games just on its own. I mean, Black Ops as a brand just happened to be the game they wanted to make originally as a standalone title. It was never intended to become this indispensable piece of the branding for Call of Duty. And yet, Treyarch, ever since the success of the original Black Ops game back in 2010, have never strayed from that path since. Infinity Ward, on the other hand, have actually tried their hand at a couple of different things after making the insanely successful.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Infinity, like on the Infinity side, I think that's my favorite side when it comes to Call of Duty because that's the side with Modern Warfare. You know what I'm saying? I loved all the Modern Warfares. I love the Black Ops too, but I mean, I feel like Modern Warfare is just, it hit different. Modern Warfare always hit different than me every year they release. But they did, hey, you gotta give them credit though, bro, because you know Call of Duty been doing it so long, bro. You gotta expect them to fuck up sometimes, you know. But let's let it keep going.
Successful Modern Warfare franchise, they would eventually decide to move on to other things and attempt some creatively novel ideas for the Call of Duty brand that have never been done before. This appeared as games like Ghost. While admittedly not too far of a departure from Modern Warfare thematically, it took a totally different and bad approach to storytelling.
We have to go back. Our dad's down there and we're not leaving without him.
That's real admirable view. But your father's not there anymore.
Dad, this whole time you were one of them. You're a ghost.
By the way, this clip will never not be hilarious to me. I had to put it in the video. If it wasn't obvious, I don't really care for COD Ghosts all that much, but they would also make Infinite Warfare, a game taking place in the far future, spanning across different planets, and this game was met with, let's just say, some criticism. Eventually, it appeared that Infinity Ward learned their lessons from these 2 prior failures and went back to their roots, a reboot of the series that made them so popular to begin with, Modern Warfare.
No, you
That was the best
idiot.
one. I ain't gonna lie, Infinity Warfare was the only one they fucked up, but the last Modern Warfare he just showed, that was really the one that really kicked shit off.
You know what the answer is. Recognizable IPs!
Now, despite my personal feelings on both of these games, I don't really care for Ghosts, but I think Infinite Warfare was flawed yet had some redeeming qualities, but I think it seems reasonable enough that after 2 overall stinkers, according to the community...
I ain't gonna lie, bro, we ain't here for you to talk about all the Call of Duties, we here for you to talk about Black Ops 6. Let's talk about Black Ops 6, my boy. I don't want to hear no other Call of Duty. I just want to see Black Ops 6.
Needed to contend with some very unique setbacks and issues. Even though this game has apparently been the most successful Call of Duty launch title to date, it's also struggled in some areas to retain a lot of those players as well. If you look at Steam charts, it paints sort of a grim picture, and it looks dramatic, but it's not really the whole story. Steam numbers are only one small part of the overall player base. In fact, Steam is the smallest portion of the COD pie. Most of COD's audience are still on console, where it was, yet again, #1 in annual sales. So the problem is not that Call of Duty doesn't sell well, and it's not exactly a player count issue. So what's going on with this dramatic decrease?
That's what I'm saying, because the last video I seen people keep saying that Call of Duty is struggling and losing players. Nigga, Call of Duty is still having the millions of motherfucking players playing. I still have no problem finding a match. I still have no problem doing none of that shit. And I'll probably make another video because it's so many people that's shitting on Call of Duty, bro, and I don't understand why they trying to do it. It don't make sense.
Well, Black Ops 6 would be the first ever Call of Duty game to be free to play if you have Xbox Game Pass. You see, a few years ago, Microsoft moved to acquire Activision, and in doing so, are free to utilize the IP however they want to. And with the gaming industry as of late really trying to push subscriptions and games as a service, Microsoft putting BO6 on Game Pass meant that literally anyone can pick it up and try out the premium experience, when before this was only Warzone being the free-to-play element of Call of Duty. And as they say, easy come, easy go. I'm sure Microsoft got tons of brand new people who don't normally play COD, or maybe even at all, because it's just a non-committal way to play video games and not require a significant investment of time or money.
And I think that's what it is. I think like millions of people, well, not millions of people, but other people started trying to advance to the game since they didn't have to buy it or whatever. The only complaint I got about Black Ops, bro, is when they put all this weed shit in there, but they complain about, you know what I'm saying, us cussing to people and trying to voice chat ban motherfuckers. That's the only complaint I got of Call of Duty literally right now. Other than that, bro, Call of Duty is good. Get all that extra weed shit out of there, 'cause I mean, come on, you can have your little weed character here and there, but it's like, bro, that shit get ran out so fast. But back to the video.
It's a hot new game. Tons of people are probably downloading it just to try it out with their friends for a bit, or maybe beat the campaign or something and just be done. This is what I think largely explains a lot of the player count fluctuations, at least in its first initial ebbs and flows. The point here is, even though it's one of the biggest talking points used by people to claim that Call of Duty is dying, I don't think it's really quite as dramatic as it's made to sound. Now, the whole putting Xbox on Game Pass thing is kind of a complicated topic, and I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of it. It seems like a way to just artificially inflate player count numbers to make Call of Duty look like it's doing better than it is, to make shareholders happy, etc., etc. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of that. I don't really care for games as a subscription, to be quite honest, but at the same time, these numbers really don't show that Call of Duty's dying. People have been using that as a talking point for over 10 years, and here we still are.
I found a YouTuber that agreed the way I agree. Thank you.
But okay, what about AI? Activision and its studios have been using AI to generate all sorts of things, whether this be a microtransaction bundle skin, an LTM in-game promotional image, you know, y'all remember this damn Santa thing, or even using AI to generate landscapes and in-game art allegedly. Now, this subject is tricky. Treyarch did have job postings a couple of years back hiring people familiar with using AI, and I called this a few years ago in a review video I made on Modern Warfare 2. It just has that uncanny AI-generated feel to it.
I say Modern Warfare 2's AI is systemic.
I understand this is the direction that games are taking, and that AI is only going to become more and more prevalent rather than less as time goes on, and they talk about how much AI influences their game and even brag about it.
The AI to engage with the environment.
The AI helps player be more immersed in the game.
Back then, it was a lot more, you know, under the radar, and it wasn't this big thing. Like, the word AI wasn't this scary thing a couple of years ago like it is now, but I figured this would become more and more of a problem as time passed. But it reached a bit of a fork in the road. Now, I'm not going to sit here today and argue the ethics of using AI to make video games. That's not exactly what this video is for. Generally speaking, I'm very against using AI at all for video games, but that's not exactly the point. The thing is, it's been used as a scapegoat as to why Black Ops 6 player count was falling off. I personally think this is absolutely absurd. Once again, I don't personally agree with them using it, nor do I think it's okay, but the average everyday gamer either doesn't know, is completely oblivious to, or simply does not care that AI is being used in small or big ways. There's not a whole bunch of players who are quitting purely for their own morals that they're standing up for or whatever. Truth is, either most people just simply don't know or don't seem to care right now. So no, Treyarch or Activision using AI is also not the reason people have stopped playing the game as of late. It's also just as likely that this is the Call of Duty cycle at play. The game comes out, it's hype, in 3 months, everyone hates it, the game sucks, and then get hyped for next COD. Then years later, look back at it in retrospect and go, you know, this game really wasn't that bad. It's just how this thing goes. I've seen it for literally almost 20 years now.
Somebody fucking said it. I'm glad I reacted to this video. Boy, hey, if you know you watching this video and you watch it to the end, get somebody else to watch this shit and watch bro right here. His name Chopper. Hey, he just dropped this video 2 weeks ago. Y'all need to watch him. He's saying some real shit. He the realest person I know that's been saying the most smartest shit lately. Because everybody else been trying to dog the game, say the game hacking them, and all types of shit. Like, bro, come on, be for real. Come on. It ain't that deep.
Not that Black Ops 6 is perfect and is immune to any criticism, but I'm also not convinced that we're in any worse position with this game than we've been in years past. But just for the record, the AI stuff is absurd, and I reject the proposition wholeheartedly that we should embrace AI in gaming.
I would say AI don't need to be in no type of game. I don't give a fuck. Get that shit out.
Not pushing back on this now, I think will lead us down some very dark and dystopian roads. Not to go too far off on this tangent, but I philosophically disagree with the efficacy of AI making anything beautiful at all. AI is theoretically limitless. The idea is that it's infinitely able to generate new things. Sure, AI can create anything the imagination wants to without limits, but in the context of video games, I think it's inherently the creation of something magnificent despite our limitations is what humans find beautiful. A stained glass window in a beautiful cathedral that took hundreds of years to make, made by humans with their own limitations, were able to make something so magical and incredible. That's true beauty, and that's magical. This is pure slop. Now, despite my deep philosophical disagreements when utilizing AI in games, Black Ops 6 has at least shown some restraint, kind of, or at least it could be way worse. What's genuinely hilarious and ironic is that in the Black Ops 6 zombie storyline, there is an AI named Sam who mimics the real Samantha Maxis who's trapped in the Dark Ether, and in real life, Julie Nathanson, the real Samantha voice actor, boycotted Activision in the SAG-AFTRA strike. So this is where it's crazy. In both real life and in the game, it's about the real Samantha Maxis being replaced by an AI. Now, contrary to what you may have heard, the new Samantha voice is a real person and not AI. It's just not Julie anymore. But if you can't see the incredible amounts of irony in all this, I don't know what else would be more on the nose.
It's not Sam. It can't be Sam.
Why do you sound like Agent Maxis?
She was my source code. The true Samantha Maxis sacrificed herself to save your world.
But in any case, despite some of these really annoying and unfortunate things going on in the periphery for Black Ops 6, I would go so far as to say that I think this has been the overall best Treyarch launch title probably since Black Ops 3. BO4 had no campaign at all and had tons of stability issues at launch. Black Ops Cold War had like 6 or 7 MP maps total and 1 zombies map when it launched.
That's what I'm saying. Like, statistic-wise, bro, maps-wise, zombies and multiplayer, bro, this shit is gold. I got Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, maybe Black Ops 4. I don't know about Cold War in this Black Ops, honestly. That's really what I got. Y'all tell me in the comments what y'all got.
And Black Ops 6, on the other hand, has a full campaign, tons of brand new MP maps, plus its innovation of Omni movement, 2 fully loaded zombies maps. But while that's all great, it's the individual quality of these things that really matter. And this is where it starts to get a bit more interesting, because I think Treyarch absolutely nailed it in some areas. I also feel like it's a studio that, like I said at the beginning of the video, just fundamentally misunderstands Black Ops and what it really is. I feel like the marketing for this game was also somewhat misleading, or I was expecting something a bit different when it came out to how they were presenting the game with the pre-launch material. You know, all the truth lies stuff and the whole idea that you have to question everything and who you can really trust at all. But honestly, I don't really get the same energy and sense very much when playing the single player experience. There's so much damn aura radiating from these initial reveal trailers and all these historical figures, but strangely, a lot of this stuff is just mostly absent from the actual contents of the game. And it's also important context that both in the Cold War campaign and Black Ops 6 were both developed by Raven, with oversight from Treyarch, of course, but I think they were largely directed and produced by Raven Software. Now, this might explain why I feel like they just don't really understand Black Ops and the appeal of some of those original experiences. With every single original Black Ops campaign, they were pushing right to the very edge. The edge of what was technically doable, but more importantly, the edge of storytelling.
That as Black Ops and probably first at World at War, there was a certain maturity and tone that we were defining for ourselves that was very Treyarch, that was very different. You know, the IW stuff was very, and I don't mean to throw any shade. It was quite a jingoistic thing. It was kind of rah rah America. It was kind of had this very military thing, which is great, right? Very solid.
I don't think bro really saying something about the game. I think
fundamentally gets the world of Black Ops, right? Like, they get the literal events and the timeline and the characters and stuff like
he breaking all this shit down. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to skip through. Y'all know me, bro. I don't want to keep my videos that long, 20 minutes long. And bro, videos like an hour. I'm trying to get him to talk about, like, you know, I think he pretty much said, because it's like right here, I'm still scrolling. He's still talking about campaign. We ain't talking about campaign. We talking about multiplayer and shit. But, I mean, let's see a little bit what he say right here. I feel like he talking.
He's probably going to do.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I had them skipped up a little bit prior. That's why I had them did that jump cut. But, honestly, bro, that pretty much sums it up to what I said, bro. Like, it ain't really nothing wrong with Black Ops 6. The only thing that's wrong is the people that's bitching about it. And the people that's bitching about it, bro, just stop playing it. Shit, you know what I'm saying? That's really all it is. But if you're a normal COD person like me, and you love COD, and you ain't just saying that, but you know, I'm gonna be real with COD regardless. Infinity Warfare, that was some shit. I will say that. That's the only COD that really was some shit. But other than that, bro, all these other CODs been alright, bro. And Black Ops 6 is for Treyarch at least, Black Ops 6 is a good staple. I wouldn't say it's close to a Black Ops 2, because he missed Black Ops 2. I wouldn't say, you know, it come close to a Black Ops 2 or a Black Ops 3 and all that shit. Nah. But I would say it's better than Cold War. Since that's the most recent launch, it's better than Cold War, I would say. Anyways, y'all, tell me what y'all think about it. Tell me if y'all like these type of videos too. I'm trying to bring more of these to this channel. Like for the boy, comment for the boy. Do what you gotta do. Kid out.